As we learn more about the world, whether consciously or subconsciously, we are taught about the importance of relying on ourselves. If we have a dream, we should know what it takes to turn that dream into reality. If we have a goal, we should take the steps necessary to be able to achieve that goal. If we have an event, everything needed for the event should be accounted for and prepared. Thomas was the same. He anticipated and calculated. He had been given a task with particular parameters, and he did all that he humanly could in order to be able to do his task well. And that wasn't bad. Some would even say that this was commendable. Most people would like to work with people like Thomas, always prepared and ready to do a task given to them. But there's a pitfall that comes with relying on ourselves too much. We know this story well. There were much more people who came to the banquet that Thomas was hired to serve, putting him into a very desperate position. Attempts were made to mitigate the catastrophe, but in the end, he was inevitably ruined. There was no more wine to be given. They had run dry. It is here that we find the Achilles heel of the concept of self-reliance. We are only human and are therefore limited, vulnerable, and prone to making mistakes. When we are able to accomplish many things by solely relying on ourselves, we believe the lie that we can do anything, but the reality is that we can only do so much. So many things are out of our control. So many things can go wrong. Conversely, so many things had to go right for us to achieve what we have been able to achieve so far. But in our blindness, in our false belief that everything we have ever accomplished has been our victory alone, God continues to see us. He loves us too much to allow us to wrap ourselves in this lie. So He lets moments like these happen. The business goes under. A relative gets sick. We're tragically humiliated. The wine runs out. The problem with self-reliance is that if it succeeds, we become our own God. We no longer have a need for Him. But when we come face to face with our own limitations, our own nothingness, we finally have the inclination to look up. When the wine runs out and we do whatever God asks us to do, we allow Him to surprise us. We put God in His proper place where He is sovereign and the ruler of our lives. And when this occurs, anything is possible. Miracles can happen. Water can turn into wine. When we finally acknowledge that everything comes from God, He blesses us with both His presence and His saving grace. So the next time you find yourself at the end of your rope, uncertain of what to do, look up and do whatever God tells you to do. You'll never know. He just might show you a miracle. God bless.